Hiya Joe, it's Aaron here. I'm looking for some advice on parenting. So I haven't seen my daughter for over a year now and she'll be 2 in January. I'm seeing her very soon. I'm hoping to get some advice from you really because I've got doubts and fears of not being a good enough father. And I was wondering what advice you would have to sort of combat those doubts and fears so I can focus on being the best possible father for my little girl. Hopefully address this on your podcast. I'd be very grateful. Thank you. Bye bye.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you so much for being so honest and calling in. It's really, I think when it sounds to me like you're obviously not with the mother of your child. If I've got that right, I hope I've got that right. But I remember when I divorced from my partner, and my child was like 1 year old, and it's a strange thing, isn't it? When you have children, and especially when you're with the partner that you've had that child with, it's like a given. You live in the same household, and it's a given that you're bringing them up, you're their parents, and this relationship will just flourish because they're your child. And I think it's only when you are not with your child all the time or you're separated that you think, and rightly so, by the way, but you start to think, oh wow, like these are just relationships like any other relationship, and they need to be worked on, and they need to be thought about, and they need to have a lot of effort and care and attention put into them. So I very much hear your fear and your vulnerability about the fact that there's been a bit of a gap since you last seen your daughter, and I think that is probably going to make you feel really scared, and you're probably going to be thinking, will she like me, and will we have things to talk about? But in all honesty, the only thing you can do is just be you. Just be yourself. I mean, you are her dad. And however that goes, that first time goes, it's important that you're just you and you let her just be her. And even if there's a little bit of awkwardness or a bit of silence sometimes, that's okay too, because if you were living with your daughter, that would be how you would be operating in the house. You're not constantly, chatting to each other and communicating. It's just, there's a huge amount of pressure when you're a parent who doesn't always live with their child. And my divorce, I would say, was, I mean, as far as divorces can go, it was pretty good in the sense that our communication was good and we made sure that our son was being looked after. But I tell you, I do remember sometimes like the sort of nerves sometimes of like, is my son like having a nice time with me, or have I got enough like plan to do with him that week? And I remember as time went on, I just thought to myself, I just have to be me. Like I'm his mum, and that's all he wants from me. And all I want from him is just to do whatever he wants to do. It doesn't have to be this like fun packed week that we've got organized. So I wish you all the luck in the world for that. But just be yourself. Just be yourself, and the love that you have for each other, I think, will just naturally come through.